All right, y'all. So today I thought it was gonna be a very interesting one. All right, there she go. I know it's gonna be an interesting one in the sense of like how people rate themselves in the dating world or even in life. I definitely wanted to kind of break it down in regards to like, especially because me and Zena, we talked about it in regards to like understand, what makes your personality a 10 or what makes your, your attraction a 10 or even more so what makes you like the levels of friendship, like what everything about you, like what makes you actually like superb in that regard, right? So I got a dope little quick video. It's kind of tailored to a man telling a woman some advice, but even more so, we can flip it into a woman's perspective. And then we can go from there. So let's get in it. It's a quick little short. Let me just refresh the page just to make sure. All right, we lit. And let's get it in it.
Your market value is what the market says it is. That's just what it is. And what I mean by that is that you may think that you deserve a Odell Beckham or somebody, but when you shoot at Odell Beckham and he curves you, that's the market telling you that's not the level that you should be shooting at. That's just honest. So you can feel how you want to feel about yourself, and that's cool. You should be utmost confidence, all that. But the market is going to dictate what you deserve. So when you go out there and you shoot at those men that you feel like you deserve, and you shot at 10 of them and you 0 for 10, then,
And not just an 0 for 10. Get low.
Get low is crazy.
Don't go that way no more.
Stop going that way. Not gonna get there. Your market value is what the market says.
So I kind of want to play a little quick short, we ain't got to be a long ass video today. I kind of want to play that quick short to kind of go over how, sometimes we have ourselves at a crazy level, which is dope and it's fine, but also we forget how important the world's perspective of us really is, if that makes sense, right? So in the sense of, we're going to take it to dating right now, in the sense of what makes you like a really great catch in dating. For you, you may feel like you're a great catch, but what are the critiques that you feel, Chios, as like required in the dating world to be like damn, these some things that makes this like a really great candidate for dating. I can hear you, bro. There you go.
Got you. Dang. Caught me off guard. I was going first. If I had to give a few, it would be like, financial stability, of course. Mental capability, like what do you understand? Where's your knowledge at? Where's your education at? Let's see, self-care, like how well are you taking care of yourself? Does that show on you? You know what I mean? Is your skin clear? Do you know what I mean? Do you take care of your hair, so on and so forth? You know what I mean? Like things like that, hygiene. Let me see, what's another thing? Status, you know what I mean, is in like, what does the world have to say about you? What comes back when it comes to you? Like, what's your history? What's your story? You know what I mean? Like, I think those are some important things.
Exactly. I like how you broke it down. And like each thing that you just said, that's the thing that is to definitely be mindful. Everybody's welcome to express and go around and do those things. But even more so, everything you just said, those are the things that really like you like realize like, okay, how can this person really see me as valuable? But even more so, how do I honestly rate myself? Not amongst everybody else, but just even myself to myself. Like then we was just going over that like the other day, and like I'm like I think I'm overall 7. Like I'm always say like something. I don't think I can't. Well, for me, when a person say they're 10, it's like, are you really? That means you're perfection.
So for me though, like so the topic kind of came about because I was listening to this podcast and they were just doing ratings and stuff like that. And they were talking about, you guys all know Kevin Samuels, and you know how Kevin Samuels will be like really hard on his like ratings and stuff like that. But they were breaking it down. They were saying like some of these, people, men or women or whatever, they expect a 10, but they're not giving 10 effort on their end. And the thing was, I was like, let me pause and let me talk to Caleb. And I was like, let's think about personality, financially, overall, and go from there. Because the fact of the matter is that, when we were younger, we're like, oh, that person's a 10 due to attraction. And that was strictly it. And I'm like, now that we're older, I'm like, there's more that plays into attraction, because attraction is such a small percentage compared to like the big overall picture, especially if you're trying to build longevity with this individual. You know what I mean? Like you can't sit there and have attraction and that person's broke as hell. You know what I mean? And you're sitting here having all this weight or whatever the case may be. So, you know, in all honesty, when me and him were talking about it, I was like, well, shit, right now, because I just actually got a new job. I'm starting my new job tomorrow. And so thank you guys. And so like I've been kind of up and down with my finances, just being completely honest with y'all. You know what I mean? Like my business has been good and everything like that, but I'm so used to making a certain amount of money or whatever. And I told him straight up, I told Caleb straight up, right now where I'm at, I'm a 5. That's how I feel. But I know once the money starts to flow in with like, you know, and financially or whatever, I'm going to feel much better or whatever. And that rating is going to go up. So, you know, that's just kind of like an example. But
Gotcha, for sure. And that's just something to think about just for yourself. You know, if you got to be real with yourself, and it makes it more easier whenever you are dating, it makes it easy when somebody like, oh, such. But even more so, women and men, we have 2 different things that we rate each other by.
right.
So like for Ashley, like for instance, for you, what do you actually look in a man and what do you rate them? Like what categories that you, from according to what Chio said, and even your own.
As far as it's hard for me to start off with the visual. I'm shallow, right? I'm not shallow, but I'm shallow because if I'm looking at you and I'm like, it's not a zing nowhere up in there. It's not, but that's not how it should be. Because what if I go blind and I'm a contact abuser? That could happen.
Well, hold on now, you going a little extreme, like.
But I'm serious. Like I should not care about how they look at all. But the reality is, I'm like, you know, I'm like, I like the way that looks.
What's the contact?
Oh, go ahead, Chios.
What's a contact abuser?
I don't take my contacts out ever. Half the time. I'm sure there's one stuck in the back of my eye somewhere. Like I'm just like, sleep in them. I'm not supposed to. I change them out, not as often as I should. But long story short, I shouldn't look at the physical first, but that's what I look at. Meaning I'm not like subjective to only Black men or anything like that. I just look at it and I'm like, oh, that's a nice looking guy, right? I want to, and then the next thing I'm looking at is I wonder if they're a Christian. Like I want to know if they have the same religious beliefs as me. That's important to me. I want to know if you don't own your own business, are you invested in furthering yourself in some type of way? Like I don't want a man that's like complacent in any way. I want a man that appreciates life and appreciates fitness and health. Those are things that are important to me. Family, he appreciates family. How do you treat your mama? Stuff like that.
But actually, honestly, I don't think that that's shallow, like, because the fact of the matter is that you start to break yourself down. Like you sat there and said, how is your health? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like beauty and attraction is only for so long or whatever, but then overall, how long you gonna live? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you gonna take preventative measures to make sure that you're not getting the diseases or not, you know what I mean, not putting yourself in the hospital or whatever? Like, I can see where you're coming from, because also too, you are a woman without children at the moment. So some women do think like, oh shoot, like if I decide to procreate with this MF, is my baby gonna look? Yeah, my baby gonna look good. I'm just saying, like.
But even more so, a big thing too, like you going over those things, I just want to acknowledge everybody, like in order for you to even rate somebody or even start to put them in those categories, a lot of things have to be met first, correct? Gotcha. So Mr. Outlaw, brother, how you doing, brother? Happy Labor Day.
Hello, Ty.
We can hear you.
Hold on.
There you go.
There you go.
We can hear you.
Yeah, what up, man? Happy Labor Day to everybody. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Bless.
Yes, sir. So for yourself, brother, like for instance, for you, starting to break down the rating things of like rating a woman to a woman or even a guy to yourself, you know what I'm saying? How do you start breaking that stuff down? And like,
Rating?
yeah, like rating yourself. Like for instance, like how Chios, or you probably didn't hear him Chios, but even more so understand, okay, what is your financial situation? Even more so, what is your appearance? What is your health? What is your ambitions? What are your religions? And things of nature, like comparing. Like
Yeah.
what's
Well, yeah. I mean, number one, attraction, first and foremost. Um, I don't think that's shallow at all. Like that's just natural. Like to just want to be attracted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter how good of a personality they got.
Oh, you got some bad
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So, yeah, attraction is number one. Number two, I would say just where's her mentality at? Like, I just like to have a conversation. Like, if you do work a job, like, how do you talk about your job? Like, do you like your job? Like, are you trying to invest? Are you trying to, level up in your job? Or what goals do you have? Do you have any goals? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, what really are you about? I don't, and I feel like everything else kind of like follows after that, but really just like gearing like what her mentality is at on life, like where she's at now and where she like sees herself trying to go.
So for instance, for you, so I'm curious to know, so like, let's say if a girl had only personality, no looks, anything like that, what would you rate her? Like, what are like the pinnacle 3 that you need to rate a girl a 10?
Well, I feel like the number thing is kind of shallow because damn, she could have a great personality and not be attractive, so she could just be my really good friend. So like on the friend scale, she's a 10. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want to know what's funny about what you just said? They like when I was listening to my podcast, they were talking about how women are more likely to be with an ugly motherfucker versus like a man. A man is not usually, you never can really catch a man with like an ugly, ugly woman. Maybe a decent woman, but not like an ugly woman, because men, you guys are visual creatures. You guys, want to see somebody that looks good or whatever. If she's a 7 on a regular basis, but when she steps out, she looks like a fucking 10, you're cool with that. But if she's a 5 all around, you're like, oh fuck, hold on, wait a minute, I gotta think about some things.
I mean, man, we got a physical. I mean, we gotta have physical attraction. If not, it's like that friend stuff and all that. It's cool and all, but it ain't always it. Noah, what about you, Noah? What is your top 3 things like to even start to rate a woman, or even more so if you agree with Ty?
For me, it's the first thing is like physical, like she was saying, like if she's living like an active lifestyle, that it matches like what I'm doing. And then also it's also like certain morals I look for, you know what I mean? Like family and all that. I don't know. For me, I have to be able to like vibe with you. Gotta be I don't know.
I mean, you don't know. You just be going with women. Oh, she look kind of good. Let me go ahead and try to dip in that.
I haven't been dating lately. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, no. For me, it's just about like, if like they have to have goals, they have to be like living active like me, like just be genuine about like who they are, and not like the energy feeling off. And I don't know.
Got you.
Okay.
Got you. So I want to go around. I want to ask everybody, like for yourself, what do you have like an idol or somebody that you inspire to be, or somebody who gets you inspirational, and what makes them a 10 to you because you find so much inspiration for them? We can start with you, Noah. Like your top person, like a celebrity or anybody like that, and what makes them a 10 to you overall? Like it can be a guy that you look up to, or it can be a woman you look up to. Go ahead, Chios.
I wasn't sure if you said my name or not. I was like trying to figure that out. So like a role model, basically?
Yeah, you can be a role model. Like anybody. Like what makes that person like, this is like a pinnacle person ever. I want to be just like them. That's like my vision of fantasy. That's like everything.
I guess as an artist, Childish Gambino, I guess, but I mean, not really. At the same time, I don't really have like a full role model. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like
I got one. Mine would be Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah. No, for real.
May I ask
Nah,
why?
I listen to his podcast and he be talking like a lot of real stuff
Nah,
in
he
life.
real though.
And he came from a rough background, and like I could relate to a lot of stuff he says. And like the fact that he's up here now, he's got his wife, his kids. You know, I don't know. It's dope.
What is this podcast called?
Hot Box with Tyson. He has like a bunch of celebrities on there. It's really cool.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
So what makes him like your pinnacle guys? Because overall in his lifestyle, his personality, his influence.
It's his mindset. It's the mindset of it's that positivity that he spreads. It's like he's like, life is shitty, but I made it better, So
Okay.
because
I think for me it was with Donald Glover, it's just being able to like set your mind to be a creative and continue to like drive away at that until you get there. Not letting the world, like their opinions, hold you down and like make you change what you're doing. Just continuing forward on your track and keeping that focus. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, people are gonna love it when you are your raw self and you do what you know you're capable of without any hesitation.
Okay. Okay, that's some good shit. I appreciate that. What about you, Ashley, in regards to your pinnacle woman or guy in your life, and what makes them like the pinnacle person for you? And overall, everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some more.
As far as a famous person,
You can be about it.
okay, I have a man and a famous person, lady. A man person in my life would be my godfather, and then a woman celebrity would be Sarah Jakes. She's TD Jakes' wife. TD Jakes is like a guy that he's a bishop of church. He's a pastor. He's a great guy. The media picks him apart or whatever, but I happen to have gone to his church here in Dallas since I was a little girl. And I just have always admired his wife and wanted to be a wife like her, with him being picked apart in the media to be a bad guy, a cult leader, all kind of stuff. They say the craziest stuff about him. And for her to be a wife and have to watch her king get like scrutinized weekly, daily, when he's only trying to be positive. He's not saying go kill a bunch of people. He's saying do the right thing, and they pick him apart. Not only that, they pick her apart with everything she does and she says, but she's a mother, she's a grandmother, she's an activist. She pours out into her community and into the church. She always keeps her composure, and that's somebody I want to be like. I want to be a good wife, and I want to be good to the community, regardless as to what the community does to me.
Beautiful, Ashley.
You're getting us all emotional.
I know, I love that. I love that because you're right. TD Jakes has been like picked apart with a lot of different things, and it does suck because sometimes when you guys are together, equally yoked, or husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever, sometimes you catch that heat. You do. And so the thing is that what you said was beautiful. I love that. Like I absolutely love that. And then your godfather, that's awesome too.
Sure. What about you, Tay, my guy? What about you, bro? In regards to like the pinnacle person in your life that you look up to, because the overall they got everything like locked and loaded and why. Mr. Jabari.
Oh, I realize
My bad, I know you was talking to me. Hold up.
Yes, sir.
I would probably say like shit, I don't know, honestly. I don't really like look up to a lot of people.
Not
I just
anybody.
said Michael. I said Michael B. Jordan, yeah. I do. Except for like the Lori Harvey situation. He could have seen the trend like beforehand. And like, because she dated Future, she dated the guy who was in like what was it? She did a lot of like dudes when they were at the top of the game, and then like, you know what I mean? Oh no, it's gonna be different for me. Nah. Outside of that though, he's been pretty successful in terms of like, the acting roles he got, his physical transformation. he seems pretty successful to me. I'll probably say him.
Gotcha. And like, so you said the thing with the Lori Hill that it's kind of like messed. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to ask that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
Go.
Okay, so you were saying that, like, in regards to Lori Harvey, like, you were saying that you didn't like that part of like his life when he was dating her, or like what about that?
No, he could have dated her, but like as far as marrying her, or like attempting to marry her, that was a bad idea. Because like if you see the trend, she dated like people or dudes when they're at the top of their game. If you look across the board at all the dudes she dated, they're all at the top of their game when she was with them.
But okay, I get you on that. And I think, but I guess if you care for somebody, do you blame somebody for wanting to actually take the next step with them?
Do I blame what?
Like, if somebody is truly in love with somebody, do you blame them for wanting to take the next step?
I think that was his whole intentions the whole time.
And if it was, that's fine. But the thing is that, you know, if that's his intentions, that's his intentions.
I think I mean, I don't know, but she probably didn't disclaim what she was on
Maybe not.
the whole time.
I will say I listened to an interview of hers, and she was just saying that she has been dating freely. I don't know if she disclaimed that to him, but she has been dating freely and just seeing what she likes and what she doesn't like. And to me personally, I don't think that that's wrong, because I just think that I feel like people need to explore and see what, works for them and what doesn't. So I mean,
I get your adjust, but I mean, we live in a reality. If a woman is moving around, it's like a man, I'll be like, yo, she for the streets, versus a man moving around, that's just what he do.
But what if she's not sleeping with that person?
I get what you're saying. I'm just talking about perception of the world.
I get it.
But my thing is, she's gonna use up.
Go ahead, bro.
She's gonna use up all of her years, and then once she's used up all of her years, it's gonna be too late to go back to a Michael B. Jordan or like the next top guy.
She can get somebody can pregnate her. They're gonna get her pregnant. She can get a family and stuff, but like to actually have like hate to say a thriving, I would hope that she does. But that celebrity shit is a different ballgame. What do you feel about that, Ashley?
Why speak on
I feel like, okay, with the whole dating around to see what you do and do not like, that thing, I don't get that. Because if I know who I am, then I should know what I like. So with that being said, once I encounter something and it's not what that is, then why wouldn't I just understand that that's not what that needs to be? I feel like a lot of people make things more complicated than it should be. I feel like a lot of people get messy with things that aren't to be messed up. It's real simple. The simple fact of the matter is either I fuck with you or I don't. Either I fuck with you to the point to where we are going to progress, or I fuck with you to the level of this is where I'm at right here. We're not moving anywhere. So when I'm done, I'm done. When you're done, we're done. And we're just wasting time at this point. You have to have an understanding.
So for yourself, whenever, and I'm curious to know everybody answer for yourself, when is like your meter like, you know what, I'm ready to move forward with this person? You have a timestamp on it, or what certain things need to be checked? Your top 3 things that need to be checked. That's a lot to say. I know. Well, we got limited like top 3.
Okay, so listen, it's not even a top 3 for me. What it is I'm not even to that point yet, if that makes sense. Like I just learned a bunch of stuff. And so I have never been in the dealings to where I say, oh, this is not, if that makes sense.
Got it. You're not even in the headspace. Okay, so that's you being honest. What about you, Zena?
Well, because my dating experience was different. I was dating men and not sleeping with them. Like I really was. Like I literally had dates 5 days out of my week, and I probably only had one person I was actually fucking. Just being honest, because I wanted to see what I liked. I wanted to experience the things. But mind you, I was 22 at the time, and I was seeing what was going on, and I didn't know myself completely or whatever. And the thing about Laura Harvey, She's young. Like she's 24 or
Like
something.
27, that's some shit.
She's like
No,
25.
she's
like
25, 24, 25. Like, and mind you, she was dating Future and shit like that at 22. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was dating them very young. So that's why I'm like, unfortunate to say, yes, like it is a double standard if women date around like she's for the streets or whatever. But to me, in my eyes, if you're not sleeping with those people, everybody that you go out with and hang out with and go to the bar with or whatever, how are you a
I would say in the celebrity world, I'm not a celebrity yet, but this is more
But
so
in the
like-
regular dating.
I would say even regular, like if you're dating somebody consistent like that and that type of quality, why would I just be loyal to you when I'm Michael B. Jordan? I can go sleep with whoever. If I'm not doing that, it's because clearly I'm trying to get serious with you.
But I mean, let's talk about outside of the dating world or outside of the celebrity world, because we're not celebrities. We're not, I mean, that's not yet, but you know what I mean? How is it viewed upon when women decide to hang out and they're being honest about, hey, I am hanging out with such and such and such and such. They may disclaim that they're sleeping with these people or they're not sleeping with these people, but men, like, why is that such a big deal if a woman decides to go on a date with another man? Or no, yeah. Well,
Go ahead, Mr. Outlaw.
I want to hear it.
I want to hear Ty.
Well, you want to hear me?
No, well, Mr. Outlaw.
Whoever
Mr.
wants
Outlaw.
to answer.
Okay.
Why is it
Well, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Why is it a problem when a woman, especially if she's not sleeping with these men?
What's up?
Oh, did you hear me, Ty?
Yeah. Can you repeat that again?
So my question is, why is it a problem for women to date around if they're not sleeping with these like different men?
Is it a problem for women to date around if they're not sleeping with these men?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yes.
I don't even think it's a problem for women or men to date around, even if you are sleeping with them. Like, we grown. Like, what?
Ty, you're going in and out.
Like, what do we really even talk? Like, we're grown. Like, we're grown adults. Hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, me personally, like, I feel like after college, like once I got like 22, 23, I literally stopped caring about women's body count. I stopped caring about who that woman, how many dudes that woman has sex with, whether she has sex before me or not. Like, I'm just protecting myself as far as sex is concerned. Like, that part. But as far as like just dating a woman and like seeing like what she's about, like it just gets to a point where it's like we're grown. Like we're not about to still be our little kids stuff like, oh, you for the streets. Like, nah, like we both for the streets, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, so like that's just how I think about it. I don't really like be like, oh, this girl's for the streets or whatever. Like, I feel like, it is what it is. Those are just like labels that we label, but
Gotcha. I mean, that's just the rawness of it. I mean, I be telling all the time, like, I don't give a fuck about what nobody think of me, man. I think you get to an age of like, look, bro, I really don't give a fuck what nobody think of me, man. It really doesn't matter. You start to really realize that. D, man, you put something in the chat, bro. You want to elaborate on that, D? D, you gotta unmute yourself, brother. I'll mute you. D, you can hear me, brother? There you go.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You put something in the chat. You want to elaborate on that?
I just feel like it's only a problem when women date around or they're not having sex with the person. Because I just feel like society just have a certain standard or like a view like set for females where it's like, if you going around, messing with other guys, like, it's just being, it's like you being a hoe or, you don't really want to commit. I feel like women are faster to commit first, to a man than a man is to commit to a woman. So it's like when the woman is in her autonomy and it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna date around, I'm gonna take it in my own hands to figure out what I like based on just going with anything that a guy wants. I feel like it triggers like the natural, I guess, balance of life in a way. Does that make sense?
I would say this. It's just more so just the anatomy of the body. I mean, we go physical more than anything. We're in a physical experience right now. I mean, 9 men with 30 women can repopulate the planet. So basically, those 30 women need to be more solidified and being with
One second.
not that many men. I don't know, man. It's just part of the design in that regard. But in the sense of just naturally as a man attracted to a woman, men are attracted to women who freely are dating because they want to get their shot and keep it moving. That's just how it naturally like, damn, it's easy like that. Let me get in and get out. Whereas a woman who's strict upon her ways, like, damn, that's intimidating. Because like shit, she kind of know her standard, know herself and who she is, like who like that. It's just that's just how I mean, whenever I'm out there and what it was, that's just what it is. And I'm like, oh, easy pickings. But that's just to say. What about you, Noah? What you feel about everything?
For me, I've been with somebody before that was like dating multiple people, and like I was the only one that was like in there, you know what I mean? So I seen that firsthand, and then I realized like it's normal, you know, like especially if she's single, like sometimes she got to explore her options and see what's best for her. Just like guys, as men, we do it too, you know, because I did that when I was single, you know what I mean? So it's like how can I say anything if I do the same thing? You know?
I think it's more so too. I mean, I'm pretty sure too. When a man is dating around, he has to provide a lot of the finance for it. A woman dating around, she to show up.
I agree to a certain extent because the fact of the matter is that if you're dating around, there's a lot of free dates that you can do.
Not for a man.
Yes, for a man.
Oh hell no.
Yes, for a man.
Time out.
No, before y'all get on me, hold on, because what y'all not gonna do is talk over me. So what I'm gonna say to y'all right now is I'm just saying, depending on the woman, like certain women, if you're just meeting them or whatever, go for a fucking walk, go to a picnic, go on a picnic or whatever. That is free. That's what I mean by that. I'm not saying that you guys are not putting out money or whatever. Yes, you guys are, but I'm just saying that you can date around and still be a little cheap with it. You don't have to always do the extravagant 5-star restaurant and do it like that.
I got you.
That's what I mean by that.
I'm more so like the initiation of a first date with a woman is usually money. It ain't like what you're saying is more so like she's seen me before, we friends. I'm like, it's kind of like more tied into that. I mean, I'm just letting you know, friends, for me, I'm like, I'll cook some shit like a woman, I might think I'm trying to fuck. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just not trying to lose money.
But okay, for instance, let's talk about it. Me and Caleb, our first date, I came over. He did not spend money.
But the reason why she came over, I just met her at a party.
Yeah.
So it don't count.
I'm saying, like, it could be, I had first dates with just me and this other guy just walking around the beach.
But what I'm saying is that you met them before to
No. I've met that person at the beach. I met that person. Now I have not met them before. We might be talking on internet dating sites or whatever the case may be. I've experienced.
That's not normal.
Okay, I'm just saying, you guys.
I'm just like,
I've experienced that. That's why I have such a big
My bad.
Go ahead, bro.
Go.
No, me usually like when I was online dating, I would just get a drink. I'll take her to get a drink and we would just vibe. Cause over here they got the Hard Rock. So I just every time I would go to the Hard Rock and then that was good.
You'll pay for your drink and her drink, correct? You'll pay for her drink and your drink, Noah?
Yeah, but drinks there be like $8.
I get it. No, it ain't about the price. I'm talking about the principle of it all. Is what I'm saying. Like when men are dates, we have to be in the mentality we're gonna possibly pay for this majority of the time. That's what I'm saying. Versus women, y'all don't really have to have that mentality like I'm gonna pay. I just need to show up. Because we're more the hunters at the beginning, is what I'm saying. That's all.
I don't know, the way I was taught when I was my upbringing, always bring money.
Yeah, we know you're a different reason. We know.
Always bring money. Always expect to pay.
Mr. Jabbar, man, how you feel, bro? How you feel about that? You said time out.
Like, yeah.
She was saying, only reason I said time out because she was saying that most of the time it's like, I mean, she was saying that men could get free dates too. But then she started throwing out, oh, we gotta go to the park, or oh, we gotta go for a walk, oh, we gotta do this. And I'm thinking to myself, like, first off, it takes gas to get to her. Then after I get to her, let's say she's hungry, we're gonna get some food, or we're gonna go to the movies, or like whatever the activity is, 9 times out of 10 is gonna cost some type of financial, like you're gonna have to put something in order to get an out and the outcome that you
Yeah,
desire,
initially,
even if
for
it's not
sure.
sex. Initially, that's a start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Just to get in the door with a new woman is typically, or in order for that not to happen, is I met this woman before somewhere. Like it's usually I already had some kind of swift to me physically, so you can like, nah, just come through and stuff. We can just chill and vibe. That was like that's what happened with us. I'm like, bro, I met you at a party, so you seen the vibe and cool. Like, yeah, sure, I can come up to the crib, you cool people and stuff like that. Cool.
But I'm saying
So-
there was so many, like, even when you're like courting and dating, there was so many different free dates. Like the thing is, I get what you're saying, Jabari, about the whole, it takes your gas and everything like that. But I mean, I guess it's just, I get it, but you should expect these certain things in regards to gas and stuff like that. Food, y'all can go Dutch. You don't have to always
women don't do
pay.
that though. That's what I'm saying. Not all women. Then I'm trying to tell you and Ashley probably some different breeds, but we talking about majority women. That ain't no. Oh.
One thing's for certain, because I'm back in the dating thing and I've been running into topics like that and this and that. If I ask you to hang out with me,
yeah.
If I pick up the phone and say, "What's up, Joe Diggity Blow? Come meet me over here
Right.
at TGI Fridays." That's my tab.
Yeah.
If you pick up the phone and I'm over here with my lashes off and I put my lashes on and get in my Mazda and drive and meet you somewhere because you called me and asked me to go somewhere,
Right.
you're gonna pay. If I'm out and about, you ring my phone and you're like, "Where you at?" "Oh, I'm over here in downtown off of over here off of Commerce Street. You want to pull up?" "Yeah, I'm gonna meet you there." Okay, I don't expect you to pay for me because I'm already here. And I don't expect for you to pull up trying to pay for me either, or you gonna pay for you because you meeting me here.
Y'all never heard of y'all the exception, not the rule?
But even more so, I was going to go even further
Well,
with Jabari. Like, I mean, with Ashley's stuff, it's just more so understanding like women don't really call men to do shit like that. Like that's not like a normal thing. That's not on the average. Whereas what you're saying, like, "Hey, yo, come through," since it's cool. So if you calling somebody up, like, "Yo, you about to pay for that cool," like that's not a normal thing. Versus men usually have to be the one, "Hey, yo, what you up to? To shut out and let's go here, let's go." And we gotta be expected to pay. Obviously, that's just what it is because we causing it to happen. But 9 times 10, y'all may persuade some motherfucker. Yeah, come through and that cool. Like you may persuade them to do some shit. Y'all can get away with shit way easier for free than a man can,
I
for
guess
sure.
my dating was completely
Yeah, like I said, yeah.
100%.
Y'all
because
definitely different.
I was on some like, especially if I'm just chilling. I know this is not gonna go any further, or whatever. But I just want some company or whatever. I'm paying Dutch, like, oh, split the bill. Like I was that woman. I don't care. You have a blessed night, sir. Like I was like that.
I would say I was a radio guy when I'm on dates. If I ain't liking her, like I already told the radio, "Let's split this bill, bro." And so she can get her own shit. And I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like that's just it. To me, it is sad to hear
Yeah.
these things from you guys or whatever. But I'm just saying that I know that men can get away with some free dates for sure.
Yeah, some, but that's like you got to go after the first one or the second date before you do some shit like that.
Yeah,
Like it's not the initial date.
But I will say
Yeah.
this: the first date does not have to be a 5-star restaurant.
No one said it was a 5-star. We're just
Yeah,
saying the principle. The principle is that you would have to come up out of pockets for something. It's not a question of the thing is it's not a problem to pay. The thing is it's not in question to pay. You would have to pay something. You paying with your attention, your time, your financial resources. You are giving something up. That's period.
Yeah, just to get her attention, and then you go.
Yeah.
But that's all he's saying. If that makes sense, right? It's not the initiation.
It's a terrible way to look at it, but okay.
Well, I mean,
I'm
no.
agreeing to disagree, but I hear you guys. Ty, go ahead and go, because I'm honestly, my dating experience is completely different than y'all. To be honest with y'all,
that's what we're saying. Like we see
fine.
that, like we hear you that.
We
We're
get
just
that.
saying what we've experienced, but even more so what's the majority of them. Like Ty, what about you, bro?
No.
I got both experiences, like kind of like what Ashley was saying. Like if the woman, I've had plenty of times where the woman has extended the invitation, and like that's just like an old school rule. Like if you invite, then especially if we're going somewhere like for food or drinks, like if it's the drink, all right, like first drinks are on you. Like you made the invitation, like you invited me. So like, and then of course I won't mind getting you back, like things kind of like if we're just going for drinks, like something like that, or even for food, like, okay, like you got me, okay, I got you on the next one. Like, that's just what my experiences have been like. But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I've always been creative with dates, you know, to not really spend a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But of course, you give your time and energy. But I mean, you do that with everything. I mean, you give your time and energy just by waking up, you know, just by waking up in the morning. So it doesn't.
I'm glad you said
That's
that.
gonna happen. That's gonna happen regardless. But
We were just more, well, I mean, Mr. Jabbar was more so, and obviously I was understanding what you're saying. It was more so understanding the initiation to have the first date with the woman. If I've never met her before, like, yo, I just met a woman on Match or Tinder or some shit like that, right? I mean, obviously we want to meet at a safe location because that's what it's gonna make her feel safe. All right, she may have matched with me because she's seen me before, met me before. I might not have to do that. But usually the baseline circumstances, I might have to make sure I initiate something. Now, for me, I'm just a different type of dude. If on the first date you're late and then like, yeah, cool, you're gonna come out of pocket, shout. If not, then I'm gonna pay for my drink and leave. But most men don't have that type of mentality. Most men gonna see it all the way through and just pay for the whole fucking date and hope to pray to God they may get multiple dates so they want to do that again. So it's just that
like for me, like I feel like the dates that y'all are talking about, that doesn't happen for me until like I feel like we get to a point where okay, like we're not just like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not just seeing each other and having fun. Like we're actually might possibly be trying to build something with each other. Like stuff that we can do, you know, to like not spend a bunch of money, but like, okay, like once like I feel like we've gotten to a point where we've reached that connection where it's like, okay, like we've reached a point past like, you know, the little giddy phase where like we actually are trying to be like romantic with each other. You know, like I feel like a lot of men, they just kind of go in for the romance like automatically, and that's what leads them to having to pay, you know, for the whole meal, the whole, you know, to do all these things to try to impress the woman, and they end up really getting nothing out of the woman because they just led with romance from the gate. But like if you, in my experience, like if you just go through like different little mini dates, you know, little fun activities, and to really see if like this is actually worth something, worth, you know, into something romantic, then like that's when for me like the romantic dates start, you know.
I like that analogy. Many stop need romance. Go ahead, Chio.
I was just saying I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I like how you said that stop leading with romance, actually lead with like intentions of getting to know that person. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Trying to impress instead of, I like that. I like that code. What about you, Brian, man? I know you've been listening all this time, bro. How you been liking everything you've been hearing?
I'm just taking on everything in y'all sounding like old podcasts right now. I'm on a road right now, so I'm just enjoying all y'all right now.
Okay, bet. Ashley, how you feeling, Ashley? How you feeling about everything? Oh, she talking to somebody. Oh.
No, so how do I feel about what exactly?
Well, everything's been said so far.
I know. I was listening. I was trying to catch this and that and this and that. And it's like, it's so crazy because again, what I said earlier, it fits again. It's so simple. People just try to make things harder than it is. I feel like to get something out of something, you have to put something in. Let's start there. That's with anything. If I want to produce a flower, I've got to put a seed in soil, have light, water it, nurture that flower, right? Anything. If I want to make a cake, I got to put a little egg, a little oil, a little milk. You got to put something in it. So in order to produce something, you got to put something in it. Let's start there. That goes for the bitch and the dude. Let's just start there. Yes, you know, you gentlemen are faced with the fact that, you know, it is more common for you guys to extend the financial tip on the first initial encounter like that. That is more common. You know, I'm not willing to strike that from the record because it is the case. Yeah. In my case, as I mentioned, now, if I ask you to come hang out with me, I'm not expecting you to pay for me. And vice versa, you know, whatever. But yeah, it is more common for you to put it out. But I tell you like this, that's when again, you got to know yourself, right? Like what we've been talking about too in these last treasure chests. If you know yourself, you know that if that's a woman you even want, you see yourself with or whatever, you want to even put something into over there. You know what I'm saying? Before you even put something into it. And it's so crazy because me and my dad been talking about this a lot. He said, if a nigga take you out, Lee, because he called me either fat meat or he called me Lee. He say, Lee, if a nigga take you out, and he paying for your food, best believe he trying to get that cookie jar. I'm just saying, you fine as hell. You got your own shit. Don't tell no nigga where you live at. He gonna want your cookie jar, especially if he take you somewhere. So is that true? Let me ask the guys, if that's okay, Caleb. Let me ask you, do I have permission to ask your team here?
Ain't no team. Do what you got to
I
do.
mean,
Man.
it is only 2 women and all y'all men.
Yeah.
So it
Hey,
was,
y'all not ordinary women.
That's it.
I'm sucking all
Y'all were
this
trying to gang us earlier. So
First off, ain't nobody ganging up. We
yes,
just
y'all
heard-
were time
Oh,
out. Y'all were doing that.
no. I think the guys are just eager on here. I'm eager. I'm like a puppy with the pink thing hanging out. I'm gonna suck all this in and just take you all you guys in. I'm so excited. Please tell me your opinion. If you guys, hey Ashley, what's up? Yeah, come over here. Cool. And I get all oiled up with my Vaseline and I'm doing the glitter thing with my eyes. And I show up and you pay for my steak or my pizza or whatever, my salad. Doesn't have to be an expensive steak or a tomahawk or anything. Like if we're just eating, TGI Fridays or Bennigan's, like if you pay for my chicken strips, are you trying to like make me bust it wide open or what's going on? Is that the expectation?
On the average thing, it depends on the time. First off, let's get the time right. Is it dinner, lunch, or what?
Oh, so the time of day is what matters.
I mean, unfortunately to say, men are usually going in at nighttime. But nevertheless, what time was you saying in your scenario?
No, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I went on a lunch date and he's trying to finger pop me at the table. It's crazy.
Whoa.
But I didn't let him
go ahead, bro.
Because I touched on this low key a little bit, like maybe 2 weeks ago. Even if you got a guy friend, that nigga probably trying to hit. It's just simple as that. Like that's like, you feel me? That's attraction. You feel me? Like if this person wanted to go on a date with you, they trying to get to know you and all this, they want to hit. I mean, that's like walking into a store and being surprised that somebody want to buy something. That's what they came here to do. It's a part of the whole thing. It's all a part of the umbrella. So honestly, yeah, I mean, like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, if they buy you food, doesn't mean that they should get the hit just because of that. Nah, you feel me? Like, conserve yourself, just like I think men need to conserve themselves a little bit more too. You feel me? Than they do. But the point is, yeah, they definitely attracted to you. They find you sexually attractive if they trying to like be in a relationship with you. Because why I'm gonna want to be with somebody or date somebody or spend my time with a woman and money and attention and all of these things, you feel me? Be in public with this person, all of that, if I'm not at some point trying to fuck. This don't make sense.
Go ahead. I'm gonna thought I had a thought, Go ahead, Todd.
So saying like if you take a girl out to eat and like you pay for her dinner, are you expecting to hit that night or like it hit that day or like hit, after the encounter? I don't expect to hit, I don't expect, for us to get into any kind of physical development. Now, do I want to get to some physical development? Yes. Does that mean I'm going to apply pressure for that physical development? Not necessarily, unless I see some like spoken body language codes that's letting me know that, okay, she's low-key feeling me, like, she like, this is more than just talking, like she low-key trying to, do something after this. But I will say this, on the contrary, if a girl takes me out and pays for my food, then my expectation to hit has definitely, not even my expectation. I'll say this, if I take a woman out to eat, pressure to get into some kind of physical development as much as I will if the woman took me out and paid for my food. Because in my mind, like if you paying for my food, like you must really like me. Like it's in this day and age, either like you just like a different kind of woman or like you just, in my experiences, you really like me. Like you trying to impress me or something. And so the fact that I know that you're trying to impress me, then and I'm attracted to you, then yes, like I'm gonna definitely apply, a little bit more pressure than if I took you out to eat. That's just me though.
Gotcha. I appreciate your answer. I don't know, Brian, I'm driving right now, but I guess I can go. I can definitely say this. It just That's why I always tell guys too, that if you why have female friends in that regard, because you know what you would do to them. You know, that's just me. Like for instance, Zena already know, I just faded away from that because I just like, unless it's little sis or it's like Lily's family or some shit. That's just what it's gonna have to be. Because in the sense, for a woman to really know a guy actually fucks with them, it's a different type of vibe when you with your daddy, your cousin is like that, versus somebody who ain't got nothing to do with other things. You see the vibe that they give off. You know what they would do to you versus those people would do to you. I mean, we got them wackos and weirdos, but we talking about some ordinary ass shit. In the sense of going on a date with somebody, it's just a natural thing. He's not going to tell you, no, I'm not here to fuck, or no, I wouldn't fuck you. Even a friend, like it don't fathom that. Like then I'm only cool with women that, I mean, because of her, but I'm like, other than that, I don't fuck with them. Why? There ain't no reason for that. I mean, so in the sense for me, when I'm dating somebody, obviously that's what it is. But for me, I don't need to really. One date is more than enough. I can create a vibe, sure, you know, I'm kind of toxic on sleep. But nevertheless, I can create a vibe that it's just gonna naturally happen, if that makes sense. Basically, you create an environment that a woman feel like you know you for years, and she automatically give it up. But you know, that's against the will with me. But I'm just not gonna say all that. But Ashley, to answer your question, yeah, why wouldn't he?
You know what's crazy? So my mom got married for the first time, you guys, here July 2nd. Real different for me. I grew up just me and my mom. She's 15 years older than me, so I didn't really grow up in a male right there. Her brother, my godfather, was really close to me. But long story short, my stepdad told me that if a man is sitting there eating a meal with you, whether he paying or his real bitch, you paying, no matter who's paying, he wants to get in there, cook it, y'all. You know, now my dad told me that if he pays, he definitely wants to fuck you and he expects the pussy. So it's good to
not
hear.
that aggressive though. It ain't
It's just
that
good to hear
aggressive.
everybody else's take on it, but it all sums up to be the same shit. That yeah, if I'm breaking bread with you, I'm trying to break it back.
What does it come
I'll
to?
say like,
Oh,
also
go ahead.
Just
that's
real quick, real quick.
We all got too much to say. Go ahead, Chills, then Ty. Go ahead, Chills.
No, I guess
I was gonna let him take the floor first, actually.
Yeah. Let me just say this because I think that's very predatory talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. That's very like harassment type vibes. Like just because you paid for something, you expect sex. Like, I don't know, bro. I try to stay away from that kind of stuff. You know, that's all I wanted to say.
He got it. He hit it on the money because like that's what I was about to say. Like I can't. This is us speaking. You feel me? Just me. You know, Caleb, Outlaw. You feel me? That's what we saying. But that don't mean like every dude is like that. That's facts. And yeah, that's some weird shit. Like if somebody like takes you out one time and they just expect to hit like just off that, like I mean that's a red flag.
Honestly, that's a
like,
seed. I hate
like
to, that's a seed from their experiences. They might have experienced that a lot.
Open-minded to the possibility, I get that. But if you like pressing, if like that's your goal and that's what you're pushing for, you feel me? Like, nah, that's weird, bro. I've been on dates with people that like I already hit, you feel me? And to be honest with you, like I'm sitting there with them and everything, and I don't even expect the shit. I don't even put no pressure on it. I'm vibed out. You know what I mean?
But you already done it though. What you mean? It's already been done.
Yeah, but that's like maybe I'm on that night, you know what I mean? But I still don't like I'm not like gonna press about it. I'm gonna see where the night goes. If it goes that way, cool. If it don't, then I'm vibed out. If it's a good night, it's a good night. You know,
that's a different vibe. We can get into that shortly. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh wait, guys are Anyways, I wanted to know from you guys, when does it get to a point where you're like, I'm not hitting, like I'm not fucking this girl, like I absolutely not. No.
some niggas ain't got no limit. I ain't gonna cap.
Oh my.
It's all designed.
Okay, for you guys personally, like you guys, because you guys can't talk about some niggas. I want to talk about y'all.
Let's start with Brian. Because Brian, he out of there now. Remember, like
Brian was a reformed hoe. That's okay.
You've been domesticated.
Okay.
What y'all say?
What made you have standards now, bro? But back in the day, you used to, like you needed to do it like it was a drug.
Say what made me have standards?
Nowadays, what made you create them to continue?
I don't know, just one day just wake up and like I can't keep doing this. I gotta grow up, you know. Can't just be giving out pig to everybody because it ain't. I don't know. That's like toxic in a way, you know, because you're getting all these. What you call that? Like what that is a word or phrase for that when you
Soul ties?
soul ties and all that stuff, you know. So I feel like I was just bringing that bad energy from other people to other people. So I don't know. It just had a shift.
It just took one day to just make it be like, fuck, I gotta stop that. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Probably getting caught too much because somebody told me, they said if you get caught too much, that means it ain't for you, so you should just chill out. I think that's what it was. It might have was that.
You was getting caught.
You weren't being sneaky with it, Brian. You was out
I
here.
just open with it, just doing whatever, say whatever.
Oh my.
Go ahead, Ty.
All right. So number one, pretty much like, yeah, man, if this happens, I'm never fucking you. If I come over your house and that shit is filthy, we're not fucking. If I get in your car and that shit is filthy, we're not fucking. Now, I'm not talking about clutter. Like, you know, we've all had clutter in our house or clutter in our car when we're on the move and doing different things. But I'm talking about if your shit is like legit dirty, we're not fucking. And then just to go back to my college days. So like I would have there was experiences where like if you just came from practice and you trying to fuck and before you even get in the shower, like what's wrong with you? Like go take a shower first. Like I do want to fuck you, but like damn, you just came from soccer practice. You just left the trainer to get ice on your knees.
Oh.
So like why nah, like go ahead and hop in that shower first. So like cleanliness,
right
like
vagina, right.
Like yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, man. Oh, those things, just dirtiness, like especially the house. Like if you have a dirty house, I can't do it.
I would say for me, I mean, damn, you know, I know what Brian means, but I'm trying to understand more so what makes me be like, hell no. Honestly, I can't, I need something there intelligent, you know. I need some substance, bro. It's just like and also the biggest thing, I need to see like motherhood in her. Like for honestly, like with me, I got one woman pregnant like 2 years ago, and that fucked my life up. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like, wow, bro, like man, I see work. I was low key concerned all these years. I never had a scare, and she scared me like, ah, like, I don't like you like that. But you know, in that regard, it just showed me like, you know what, this shit works. So I want to actually be with a woman that I feel motherhood with, because she was an anime lover and just wasn't it. So
wait,
she was built like a pear though, boy. She was built like a pear. Man, I bit that shit up. But anyways. Getting sidetracked. I'm reminiscing.
Wait, what? Hold on.
We're gonna stay off. We're gonna stay off.
He said it was like a pear and he bit it up.
Yeah, boy, I took a soul. But
it was what lover?
You said what?
An anime lover.
Yeah, it was a serious one.
Not being a motherly figure, because that's just the interest.
No, it was I ain't gonna get all her information out there. Y'all can look.
Right, yeah, that's fair. That's right.
I'm saying that for a reason. That's what. But nevertheless, I didn't see true mothers.
Because you like football or something, you know what I mean? Like this, you're not a father. Like it's just like just saying. Yeah, but that's me. Anyway.
So, but in that situation, it was too early in life for me to be like, whoa, I was like, whoa. So for me, nowadays, obviously, I need to see like motherhood in a woman. The crazy thing is, all women have the mother in them. The guy just has to ask the right questions. So I have standards, but I need to see it revealed in her. So I ask the right questions to see it revealed. So it's like, you know, I got standards, but even more so the biggest one, I have to be physically attracted to you. I don't do hippos no more. You know, I'm not, that's too much for me. You know, it's too much for me. I dance with them, but you know, I can't do all that. I don't like skeletons either. I'm just being rude. My preferences are what they're just gonna be like, look, you're beautiful.
Why
you're
you gotta say names? Let's say I don't do bigger women. I don't do thin women. Why we gotta do names?
Well, it's not the disregard. Everybody has their standards and preference. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You know, they're just like they're celebrities. The people are seeing celebrities like, damn, yo, that's a dope person, but that attraction, I'm just not attracted to them. So there's certain structures of life that I'm just not attracted to. So I can keep going on my characteristics, but nevertheless, the biggest one is motherhood. I really want to, you know, if they ain't there, then fuck all that. But nevertheless, Ashley, what are some of your key takeaways?
You get the answer.
He said it's a good answer.
I didn't even get the answer.
You didn't give it.
Oh, you said what? Oh, you didn't give an answer? My fault, bro. My fault. Go ahead.
Actually, what was the question now? Because
The question is, when will you turn down some vagina? When you like, nah, I ain't fucking with this.
almost everything that was said there, except for like a few of those clearly from Caleb. You know, I agree with all of those. But I would say like if I see a woman is focused on other people, I'm instantly just like, yeah, I don't want it. Like if you feel me, especially like regardless, like if you're focused on other people and you focus on me, or you're focused on other people and like you're sometimey with me, I just I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, because even if you're focused on me too, it's just like you're focused on all these people and I don't know what you're doing with those people, and I don't need that type of energy around me. I don't need like whatever they might have around me. You just go and figure that out. You go do you. You know what I mean? Like that would probably be one of my biggest ones. And then like I honestly thought you were asking the question from like a different point of view. Like at what point does a man like, especially you know individually of course, but at what point do you say, all right, I'm never gonna hit? Like when
That was
does
the initial question. That was actually the initial question, but Caleb kind of threw me off, and you know.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll answer that. I'll answer that too. It's just for me, I think it's like once I've seen like a friend zone, that's like I'm done. Like I'm just like I'm good. You know, like clearly I'm not gonna hit. You know what I mean? Like so I just move on. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna move on. If we're still friends after that, like you're gonna hear about like my other experiences and adventures out here. You know what I mean? Because at that point, it's just like it's not gonna happen. You feel me? I might fantasize, I might think about it, but at the end of the day, I know it's not gonna happen. So why am I gonna put energy into it? I'm not chasing that. I don't chase like that. That's just a waste of time.
Okay.
Yo,
Go ahead.
Gotta keep them in your back pocket, bro.
yo.
Go ahead, Mr. Jabari.
So he asked, at what point, like in dating, do you feel like you're not gonna hit? I say date number 2 or date number 3, and then there's like key tactics that she'll do, like you know what I mean. She texting during the day, or either like what there's like other like key signs that you know, like this person just interested in you and like they don't want anything other than do with you than to get this free food.
Got you. And also, what was the other question? I think that what was the other question?
It was just more so at what point would you know that person that you're not gonna be hitting, or that you know
Oh, okay,
she won't
that
be
was
hitting.
that was it.
That was
Okay,
it.
okay, cool. Miss Ashley Marie. Oh, go ahead, Outlaw. Go ahead, bro. You just unmuted yourself.
I completely mistook the question. My bad.
No, you're fine.
Go for it.
Honestly, I feel like there was so much being thrown out, so you're fine. You're fine.
It's all good. So, Ashley, what are your key takeaways, Ashley?
Well, you didn't ask me either what I would absolutely say no to, but it's okay.
Well, go ahead. Do all of that. Do all of
The
it.
floor is
Give us
yours,
all
my
of it.
love. The floor
Okay.
is yours.
Absolute no. Just like I'm just being honest with you, right? Just one thing that has to be understood. This is not the first, don't judge me because this is not the order. But if you pull down your pants and I don't like the way he looked, I have every right to refuse entry. And I will.
Refuse service.
If I look at that thing and I don't know what the fuck that is, it will not enter inside of me. I will make sure as a man that I don't, I'm not about, because I love men, so I'm not gonna be like, your dick little. What are those balls? Right? No, I'm not like that. But I will kindly tell you, I forgot I'm on my period. I will. Just to help you out and to get me out of here. So let's just start there. That's what's the absolute hell no for me.
Now, before you get further, what percentage of the time does that happen to you?
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What percentage of the time did that happen?
I've been a lucky gal, right? I've been seeing elephant pinkuses my whole life, just dicks, right? Now here recently, these I'm just.
Go ahead, you're already there. You already said.
Already in there. These Latinos and these mixtures that are on the lighter shades, it's a toss up that I'm not willing to risk anymore. Now, if I see a dark, nice looking brother, a brown skin looking young man, I'm not going to second guess it. But if you step to me and you're on the lighter skin, or your last name is goddamn Rodriguez.
Why did I think of Rodriguez in my head?
I'm gonna be a little cautious because lately they're weaning in. They're weaning in. I'm just being honest. With that being said, I'm gonna go here. So I'm not looking at any dicks any kind of time soon. Unfortunately.
Ashley, real quick, don't you like kind of like get close, kind of feel around? Like, do you do stuff like that to kind of see?
No, because honestly, I'm on the right track, right?
Okay.
I'm trying to be focused, and I give off a lot of sexual energy naturally. I don't know what it is, but people look at me and be like, wow, she's not even 5 foot tall. I can bend her up and stretch her around, right? I don't know. I just get a lot of dicks thrown my way. I just have to remain focused. I'm focused on one thing and one thing only. I want a family. I want a quality relationship. So it doesn't start off with feeding me dick anytime soon.
Got it.
And then your key takeaways.
My key takeaway would be know who you are. So when you encounter something, you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah. So self-work.
Okay.
Can I ask what the question was that I missed? Because I came back at like elephant. That's like
so okay. I know how I asked all the guys, like, well, what's the absolute no? And she's like, I didn't answer, so she answered her question.
But that's not my lead thing that I lead with. God, that's just one. That's like after all the things, that last thing when I'm like, okay, I'm finna give him this pussy, and then you pull it down, and I'm like, what is that? And what are those? Like, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna suck your dick and send you on your way. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just gonna be like, look, I forgot I'm on my period. My mom just called me. Hello? Oh, your dick's gonna ring. Here she go. This her. I'm gonna play it off. I gotta get out of here. Scream.
Damn. All right. Chios, bro. What about you, bro? What is your key takeaways?
my key takeaways. Shoot, I don't even know. Like, I mean, I don't even know. Honestly, everything was just good tonight. Honestly, like,
you left Chio speechless, bro. What about you, Outlaw, man? What is your key takeaways, bro?
This would be standards. Nothing wrong with having standards, man. No matter what your standards are, those are your standards, and that's just that. Don't let, make you bring your standards down.
I think it sucks whenever, and it was I expressed to her, like, when a man has standards, it's frowned upon so hard versus a woman having standards. It's like, girl, you need to have standards. It's uplifted versus man. It's like, bro, why can't I have standards when a woman hears your standards?
I think to add on to that, I think it's not, well, I could see it being frowned upon, but I also too think it's an uncommon thing. It's the unknown. Women are just like, whoa, wait a minute. He has standards. That's new.
Standards.
Whoa.
Because standards is what's gonna protect you. Standards. Standards is what's gonna protect you from that girl who's just using you. Right. Standards is what's gonna protect you from that girl who she putting on her front like she's somebody, but really she's like a bum. Like, standards, like, for real, like, standards will, even on the vice versa, on the woman's side, like, standards will protect you from a man who ain't got shit, and you got your shit together, and he just trying to come up in your house and play video games. Standards protect you from that kind of stuff.
Standards is what intimidates people. It's that simple. Okay. That's what intimidates people. Once you start talking to somebody, oh, this person ain't got no fucking standard. This woman is not attractive. Oh, she's dirty as shit. Oh, she's beautiful and she got standard. Okay, I like her. She got some shit going on for herself. Whereas a man, bro, it look nice, you got money, it's like cool, but you ain't got no standards, bro. So you just airhead. So it's literally it just be that simple to see the quality of rating that shit can go up on just the standards you have for yourself and how you uphold it. Brian, bro, what about you, bro? What's some of your key takeaways, bro? Brian.
He's driving, Caleb.
Oh, I guess I thought he can hear me. Okay, Mr. Jabari, man, what about you, bro? What is your key takeaways, bro?
I always say my key takeaways: free dates that I could take women on. Uh, have higher quality standards. I mean, also I wanted to add to that for he's not lying. It can protect you from someone very dangerous. Like there's someone I was talking to and like she fucking went and got a DUI doing the same shit twice. And like the first time she didn't get DUI, the second time she got DUI. But like someone that does dangerous shit like that can really put you in a bad spot. I had to let her go, had to set her free, send her back to the streets. Cause that's detrimental to my health. Like who knows?
Right.
Like you know what I mean? It could put you in a bad spot. Something she don't see as major could like be detrimental, especially with me still being in the military. But yeah, have higher standards for yourself. The free dates I can take women on, and you know, some women are the exception, not the rule. That's about it.
Sure, for sure. And with the free dates thing, you can even take a woman to a free charitable event. You know, volunteer activities is always a dope vibe.
Jabbar, where are you at? Are you in San Diego?
He's on.
Oh,
You're missing it.
go to Eventbrite. Download Eventbrite. They have free things.
Oh,
I was gonna say San Diego got so much free stuff to go to. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you have a
Is
bunch.
everybody in here in San Diego?
Yeah, well,
Not
no,
everybody.
It's just me and you, and then Ty, he's in Vegas, but he comes out here a lot.
But yes,
Sure.
Eventbrite, San Diego, Black San Diego, and stuff like that. There's a lot of things where you can have a good old time. Even they offer free entry before a certain time for a lot of things too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you
So,
good, bro. Yeah, the paying thing out here. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I ain't really had
That's why I was saying, like, in regards to me dating or whatever, there was a lot of free things that we did just because there's so many events. But go ahead.
I would say my key takeaway is with the standards things, it's more so you can have standards, but for me, I like to still be open with it because I know every woman is different. So I can't have these standards accordingly to every woman. Every person brings something outside of you. That's just what it is. So that's something like to kind of wiggle within yourself. Because some people have standards so fucking strict. It's like, bro, look, you know, those standards ain't really necessary for this particular person that you're dating or with this person. Because they don't have the same thing. So a lot of times our standards can overwhelm us from our experiences. And we got to know how to really let those things go and allow ourselves to shine and just really appreciate the person at hand. And even more so too, I mean, shit, how you rate yourself. I mean, we all grown. Like we said, this shit don't matter, man. Shit. As long as you know you see yourself in all categories, am I growing in some type of way? If you're growing, then that's all that matters. If you feel like, okay, I mastered this thing, I can let this sit. Like, no, you should never feel like you mastered something. You should always be like, I'm a novice until I'm fucking dead. Forever when I have kids, I'm like, shit, to them, I'm a master at everything because I'm an adult and they expect me, they're going to be relying upon you to do everything. But when you look at yourself every day, like I'm always growing, then it's limitless what you can achieve. Well, what about yourself?
Well, I mean, I definitely, one of my key takeaways is just in regards to dating. I can just say that when I was dating, it was completely, well, I'm not even sit there and act like I'm old, but dating was different. Like, I guess the way how I dated versus how everybody else have dated or whatever is completely different. And I gotta just be more mindful about that. I can say that the standards thing, I can agree with you, Caleb. Like, some standards may not apply to those individuals that you're dealing with, just because those individuals may bring more or less, or, you know, if they're working or whatever the case may be. And then in regards to the whole Ashley situation about like the dick and all of that, I can definitely say, because I didn't answer either, I can definitely say that, like, what was my absolute no for a lot of men? I always said no, just because there has been 2 vivid times where a man was kind of hitting and quitting, and I'm just like, yo, I'm not doing that. So I'm real particular about who I let, like, lay me down and touch my body and stuff like that. Like, I'm not fucking with that. Like, just because I'm not here for the soul ties. I'm not here for, you know, me and your baby mama or whoever being connected. Like, that's just something I'm not here for. So yeah, but that's just kind of what that is.
All right, y'all.